Team SA Synergy Career Expo 2025 is here to help you achieve your dreams. We've teamed up with amazing institutions like ICM and Tutorials Campus. They'll help you get the skills you need to succeed. Are you worried about paying for everything? Don't be. We've got your back. Our financial advisors will help you find the money you need for school and training. And the best part, you won't be alone on this journey. We have mentors and partners who will be with you every step of the way. Need a job? Our team and recruitment agency partners have lots of job opportunities just for you. We also have a dynamic platform called Synergy Connection where you can engage and network with all our guests even beyond the event. Start registering already for Team SA Synergy Career Expo 2025, and you could also win awesome prizes. Don't miss this chance to make your dreams a reality. Team SA Synergy Career Expo 2025. It's time to unlock your potential. We'll help you avoid career pitfalls.
We are very thrilled to have you in our Career Expo. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us more about Doc, who is the financial planner?
Thank you so much, Lebu, the folks. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm really honored, to be with you folks in this Career Expo 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah, as an academic, I really love anything to do with career planning. Yeah, of course, I'm a financial advisor. Background as an economist.
Wow.
Yeah. Of course, I studied engineering as well. I'm an engineer.
Oh, okay. Okay, the profile is coming out now.
Gosh.
No, we need that. Trust me.
Yeah. So now, but of course, today I'm here to discuss with you folks, especially with
Our peers.
focus on scholars
Definitely.
who will very soon be going to select subjects to study
Their
at
careers,
tertiary,
exactly.
whether be it university or colleges, it all depends.
Anyway, everything's, yeah.
So, in a nutshell, that's who exactly is Dr. O.T. I'm a financial planner, of course, with Liberty Standard Bank Group, because Liberty and Standard Bank were now one company.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
based in Rolls Bank.
So Standard Bank, it's under Liberty or it's
No,
Liberty?
it's the other way around.
Liberty
Liberty
under.
was acquired by Standard Bank. That's
Okay.
right, yeah.
All right.
But here today, I'm here to talk about economic growth, how it influences actually career planning.
Okay. Matum SA, you better stay tuned. You're going to be here. Today, we're going to be learning a lot about the financial planning. You said you were an engineer as well?
Yeah, mechanical engineering.
But we're going to touch base just a few here and there about it.
That's fine.
At the end of the day, yeah, okay, no problem. Okay, Doc, should I say Mr. O.T. or Doc?
Doc, that's fine,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, thank you. Doc, how does an economic growth influences career choices in our Team SAs who'd say, okay, I'm fresh from school and I want to get into financial planning. How would you advise those who say, okay, this is the path that I want to take, or this is the career choice that I'm interested in?
No, thanks so much for that question, Lebu. Very important question. Economic growth, yes, indeed, it does influence career choices. Very important for people to understand.
Okay.
Let's just discuss what economic growth is.
Okay.
We cannot talk about economic growth if we do not talk about the gross domestic product, what people normally call the GDP.
Yes, yeah.
So basically, in a nutshell, GDP is basically the total value in monetary form of the goods and services produced by one country in a certain period of time, which normally we measure it in 1 year. That is the GDP. That's right. So now we then compare the GDP for 1 year.
1 year,
to the previous year.
Okay.
Or we can even project as well. But therefore now, we are saying, now, economic growth, how does it impact or influence career choices?
Yes.
Because we have hundreds of thousands of grade 12 matriculants who will be looking into going into tertiary. Some shall pass with bachelor passes.
Yes.
Some shall pass with diploma passes. They go to grade 8, 9, maybe around grade 10. Most of them, they begin to have career choices. What am I really going to do
From grade 10.
from grade 10?
So you would say, okay, let's say if you are saying it has to start in grade 10 before getting to grade 12, is it what we would call it a primary career choice? That's where you need to start planning your career choice ahead or before the grade 12. Is this the primary fixing of what you want to study? This is where you start in grade 10, basically.
That's good. Let's say officially, I see that happening around grade 10. But for me, start early.
Okay.
If you can really see that your child in grade 7 is very good
Okay.
in environment,
Yes.
we have got careers around environment.
All right.
If your child really loves, it's got passion, maybe in, it can be in
Let's say you want to be an entrepreneur.
entrepreneur,
It's
maybe
more-
loves to take things, count
Yes,
them,
yeah.
giving people change, saying I'm selling, you will be able to see
Okay.
that, oh, okay, fine. Then from there, I always say parents play a very important role in shaping the careers of their children.
As a parent.
As a parent,
Yes.
it's not the teacher who will say, no, you take geography, you take mathematics.
It starts at home.
It starts at home.
Yeah.
That's my observation.
Yeah.
So now, we are saying economic growth. Now, how does that influence? Okay, regardless of a child having chosen a career maybe from grade 7 or grade 10, it doesn't matter. Let's look at eventually at university level or tertiary level, maybe college, for someone to go to study accounting or to study mechanical engineering or to study civil engineering
Okay.
or electrical or any area of study. What shall have influenced that particular person? Now, let's go back to economic growth.
Okay.
Now, economic growth, as I said, it is determined by the gross domestic product. Let's call it GDP. Right. So now,
Problem.
that GDP, as I said, it is a monetary value of the total goods and services produced by a country in a certain period of time, which is a year normally.
Yes.
Now, what produces goods and services? That's where now we talk about the 4 factors of production.
Okay.
The 4 factors of production.
Okay.
The land,
Land.
that includes, of course, it talks about the space and the raw materials.
Okay.
Right. Labor, which is the workers. And then there's capital, the money,
Labor.
equipment,
Capital.
or plant. And then finally, that is the entrepreneurship
Okay.
skills that are required. So these 4 things, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship.
So those are the major 4 factors.
Whether you're an accountant, you need these things here for you to be able to produce.
4 factors.
4
Those are
factors
the
of
most
production.
4 major 4 factors of the most. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Whether you are like my folks here who are leading us with production,
Yes.
they still need these 4 factors of production,
Irrespective.
irrespective of any sector. Now, from these 4, I want to take out the labor part of it. The labor. Let's take out the labor.
We are living out land.
Land, capital, and entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Let's pull out the labor. Because the labor is that which we're going to be talking about to determine the career choice.
Goes back to that economy now.
Yes.
Okay.
The career choice, this is Expo, Career Expo.
Exactly. Career Expo.
So
exactly.
Career Expo, from these 4, I'm just pulling out the labor. Let's look at what is labor.
How do you define labor?
Yeah.
Please.
So now, labor, basically, we call it a measure of work done by human beings. That's a simple definition of labor.
Okay.
A measure of work done by human beings.
So now we are defining labor of, okay.
That's right. So now, from that labor, that measure of work done by human beings, then we say, okay, fine. Here are scholars. They will soon be enrolling to go to university or colleges. eventually they will end up in what you call the labor market.
Either way.
Either way.
Yeah.
Now, then the question is now, okay, they will go to universities or colleges, whatever area of study or place of study. Eventually, they go into the labor market. Then we ask ourselves now, what is labor market? Very important for the scholars to understand that eventually, one of the days, they will find themselves in what you call the labor market.
In that space.
In that space.
Yes.
We cannot
and
avoid
it's
it.
broad.
Yeah,
And they still need to be, yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
So now, in the labor market, basically we call it, simple definition is, we look at the supply and demand of labor. It's a little bit economic, but I will break it down.
Break it down for us, okay?
It's the supply and demand of labor. Now, when you say the supply and demand of labor, it's like it is the job market that is based on employees being on the supply side and the employers being on the demand side.
It works both ways.
It works both ways. For those who have done economics, you know, we've got the demand and supply. There's what you call the equilibrium. Very important. Theoretically,
You can hear it.
theoretically,
You read from
we talk
down,
about
exactly.
equilibrium, but practically, is that possible? We will see.
Okay.
So now, you may discover that economies that are really suffering, they have got too much supply, that is people with the skills, but there are no jobs. Then we've got too much unemployment.
It goes back to affect now the economy that you...
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It affects the economy, exactly.
Now we've got so many people unemployed
Yeah.
with their skills. We've got very few jobs available. And then the other way also can happen. We may find there's so many jobs and less number of skilled people. So now I am saying in Career Expo 2025, let us match the careers that the scholars will be going to undertake with those areas of study that are required by the economy in order for it to grow. That's very important. So now, when we look at that particular supply and demand, then the next question will be, what kind of career then should I embark on
Yes.
that is going to contribute towards the economic growth?
Exactly.
That's very important. Now, at least the Department of Higher Education publishes every 2 years a document that is called the National List of Occupations in High Demand.
Okay.
Yeah. So you discover that, for example, the latest iteration of 2024, actually, the department did research from about 1,400 careers. Then they picked out about just less than 500, which are occupations in high demand.
How do I get hold of that list?
Good. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Excellent. Now, let's just complete the issue on the labor market.
All right.
So now, from the 4 factors, we are putting out the labor part of it,
labor,
right?
yes.
Which we define that, okay, it is that measure of work done by human beings.
Exactly.
And then eventually these human beings go to what we call the labor market.
All right.
Right. Now, in South Africa, the labor market is complex.
Yeah.
Now, however, we have a very big problem of skills mismatch in South Africa.
Skills mismatch.
Skills mismatch.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, these are people, you know what scholars do? Some of them, I've seen them, for example, from my university, that is Witwatersrand. A student comes intending to study medicine, doesn't qualify, then they end up in social sciences.
And in not what they actually wanted to study.
There we go. Then eventually they studied social sciences, maybe they do sociology, maybe they do psychology, or philosophy, or history.
Yeah.
And from there they graduate, they are sitting home.
Because that
1
was
year,
not
2
their
years, 3.
first career choice.
Absolutely.
Right?
It
Yeah.
wasn't their first career choice.
Exactly.
All they wanted was now, okay, what can I do? Maybe the parents are pushing other children going to varsity. You also have to go to varsity.
Yeah.
But now the child could not do medicine. Instead of that child perhaps to go back to school to improve his or her science subjects. Now the parents simply push, no, you cannot go back to school. Just go and do any degree. It doesn't have to be like that. So now you find the South African labor market, therefore, is also constituted by such kind of people.
Okay.
Plenty of them. Some graduated, 3, 4, 5 years there at home. Eventually, now this is skills mismatch kicks in. It is characterized by 5 things. Number 1, education job mismatch.
Okay.
Now, for example, studies say about 51.7% of South African workers are employed in occupations which they do not have the correct education.
4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
51.7.
That's a lot, Doc.
There are companies there, some that just go in there. They don't have the qualification for those particular jobs they're doing.
Still need to be skilled as well. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they occupy those particular positions. They don't have the education skills required
For that.
For that.
Yes.
That's the first point.
Yeah.
That causes this particular skills mismatch in South African
Yes.
labor market.
Exactly.
Then the second one is the field of study mismatch, what I spoke about.
Wow.
Again, studies say about 30.3% of workers in South Africa they occupy positions which don't match their fields of study. You may find someone who is maybe who has got industrial psychology, but she's a receptionist, for example, because one could not get.
Different from that field.
Yeah, they studied.
Yes.
So many of them, you go, you find, oh, I've studied maybe accounting. Okay, I couldn't get a job. Eventually, they just do any other kind of a job. Worse off, some end up doing menial jobs with qualifications. That's another problem we have on the labor market in South Africa
Wow.
that we need to correct using this platform of Career Expo. This is the best platform
So this is where it
to
starts.
correct that. Absolutely.
On us having these career expos so that they need to learn more about it
Absolutely.
in their career planning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You just said it very well. This is the right platform
Exactly.
to correct some of those things. Now, we also have issues regarding economic growth. This may be beyond our control because now it is government that comes up with policies for economic growth through economic policies enhancements, such as, for example, BE, for example, is actually an
Yes.
economic policy. Now, South Africa is not growing according to how the economists want it to grow. Because now the growth of South Africa its economy has been 1.5%. Doesn't go beyond that.
And this is from if time frame.
Well, I think that is from 22 to 2023.
Okay.
That was 1.5, and even below that sometimes. Wow. And now, how does it impact to the scholars who leave colleges, who graduate? They will not find jobs. Now, if we go back to the labor market, we end up here getting too many supply. Remember, supply, those are the employees.
Exactly.
Side part of it.
Yes. Yeah.
Those guys who started, they don't have jobs. You know. Why? Because the economy is not growing. If the economy grows, all these people will be absorbed into companies. They work. You see. And then the other characteristic is unemployment rate for graduation. For graduates.
For graduates, yes.
It's actually decreasing. It's decreasing. In economics, we say it is increasing at a decreasing ratio. It's a bit confusing.
Increasing at a decreasing ratio.
Because, for example, between 2019 and 2023, I think the unemployment rate for graduates only increased by 1.2%, graduates. And remember, every time we get new colleges, universities are being built,
Yes.
but graduates, they're not being absorbed into the working area. They're not getting jobs. Right. So now, and of course, the last characteristic that impacts the labor market was COVID. The effects of COVID, we still have them,
Even now.
even now.
Yeah.
Now there are rumors that it might be coming back in a different form.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that aside. So now, with all this here, so the Department of Higher Education under Minister Dr. Blade Zimande, he then came up with that particular list that we'll be talking about now.
Now.
The list of, it's called a national list of occupations in high demand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a very, 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 very important document that I really encourage, especially institutions, whether colleges or universities, to download, put that on their notice boards.
Okay, is there a certain website when one is able to get a hold of or to download it on?
Yeah, correct. You can actually Google, you just Google National, it's an abbreviation from NLOIHD, standing for National List of Occupations in High
So
Demand.
this is where they can be able
They
to
can download it, yeah.
Okay, Team SA, as much as you're going to be subscribing to our Career Expo 2025, please make sure that you also download the list
Absolutely.
that Doc is
It will tell you the different fields of study
Okay.
and the minimum qualifications that are required in those particular areas of study. So, for example, let's say that someone says, I want to become a computer network and systems engineer. That document will tell you that yes, but now you must have at least a diploma or an advanced certificate NQF level 6.
Okay.
That is the minimum qualification you require
Okay.
for you now to be a computer
Now, that's
network.
the entry level, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So the importance of that document, I also listed about 5 points. Number one, that document helps scholars to understand the job market we're talking about.
Right now, yeah, it
Yes.
still goes back to the influences of the career choices.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
It basically provides insights into current occupations that are in high demand. Because nobody would want to go to varsity, you study, then you stay home, or to take 4 or 5 years before you're
Exactly,
employed.
before you can get any job on the field that,
You want to go to study.
Exactly.
After studying, you graduate, 4 months, you get a job. That's what people want. So this particular document here, it basically gives insight into current occupations that are in high demand. So you want to find out, okay, I want to study, I want to do accounting. Is it in high demand? Go to that list. It's got, I'm saying over 400, 500
Yeah.
degrees, areas of study. You can't tell me from 500, can't you get one?
In that 500 list, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
So see how it is important for you to download that list. So firstly, you start have to, by subscribing in our Team SA, the link will be sent to you guys. Doctor, please, let's unpack these 5
Yes, absolutely.
lists that
Absolutely.
you're talking about.
Yes.
Exactly.
So you'll discover that that particular document by the higher education, it helps scholars to align their studies, because you will now know that, okay, the insurance sector is doing very well. So I've got to go and study actuarial sciences. And surely should you study actuarial sciences, then you attain that minimum qualification, which is an honors degree. Once you're done with your study, you
Yes.
put your CV there, 2-3 months, you're absorbed into the labor. You've got a job.
So not even 6 months.
Not even 6 months.
90 days.
You see.
We're looking there, 120 days.
There we go.
Yeah.
Why? Because you aligned yourself with a career, within an occupation that is in high demand. You did research.
Exactly.
Yeah, you did research.
Career choices. That's
Exactly.
where it goes back again.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Very
It starts
important.
here. Yes.
And also that document, second point,
Yeah.
it helps, it gives guidance on the types of qualifications that are required. You want to do a certain study. So, for example, like I gave you an example of computer network and systems engineer. It tells you what qualifications that you require as minimum qualifications for you now to be employed as a computer network and systems engineer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the importance of that particular document. It tells you what qualifications, what are the minimum requirements for you now to be easily absorbed into jobs. It also helps to identify skills gap. Skills gap is a phenomenon that is existing. That's the reason right now, for example, not only South Africa, but also other countries, they look at what we call scarce skills.
Okay.
Yeah. Foreign nationals come to South Africa. If you're a scientist, you've got science, knowledge and qualifications, you actually get a job easily in South Africa.
And yeah,
And yet we have got South Africans here. They did not identify the skills gap there.
yeah.
So if you can identify the skills gap, then you come in to study that part.
Wow.
There's no need for South African
Wow.
government to employ foreign nationals.
Yeah.
Why? Because we now have our own mathematicians. We all have our own scientists here.
True.
We all now have our own medical doctors here.
Yeah.
There's no need. Because remember, when those people come to work in South Africa, they contribute also back to their countries. That is money that goes out of the country.
Exactly.
And that has effect to economic
Our
growth.
economy as well. Yes.
Exactly. So we actually need the scholars to be able, let them carry out research to check and see where do we find skills gap, skills gaps. Then go in, tap in there. You study, you will never become irrelevant. You will become very relevant. There are different ways of getting education through sociology.
Okay.
Now, I look at how diverse South African economy is. Very diverse. We have got the lowest and the highest. Well educated and not educated. So now, those who are in the rural areas and urban areas. So we just don't want the economy to be driven by the urban centers, neglecting those in the rural.
Other rural areas
Areas.
as well, because we need them. Yes.
Exactly. So now we have got to come up with means and ways. Let's research. If a person does not understand what is Pythagoras' theorem in English, how can I put it in a simple language that someone can understand in that
Okay.
deep rural area there?
Okay. Yes.
So that we don't leave them behind in the mainstream economy.
Okay.
Because they will be left out in the mainstream economy.
Either way.
Every day, those people, they just become consumers and not producers. Yeah. Eventually, now we have what you call disparities of what you call the bourgeoisies and the proletariats, and we don't know about that. So now, we're trying to say
I want to be informed.
we do not want to leave those particular people. Let's actually do research and see what best informal education can we also bring to those particular
That
folks.
into-
It is
yeah.
possible. I believe in research. Because it's
Definitely.
only research where we can actually come up with what we call findings. Then we implement the findings. Absolutely.
What role you see for higher education improving with the social justice and equalities in South Africa?
Yeah. Social justice and inequality. Now, remember, inequality is basically a gap. It's a gap. That's inequality. Between different phenomena. It can be in finance. I don't have completely, and you have absolutely. Now, we're looking at reducing this particular gap here. Remember, South Africa, the two twin evils of South Africa, it's actually by research. It is inequality and poverty. Inequality and poverty, those are the two, they're called the twin evils of South Africa. You can research them and see. I also even wrote papers about that.
Yeah.
So now, inequality, it has got to be reduced. How do we reduce inequality? There's so many ways. Because, like, let's just go to the issues of the disparities, for example, in salaries.
Okay.
We've got a security guard. He earns X amount of money. And we have got the CEO. He earns X amount of money.
Yes.
Then, of course, we have got the best that say, but look, your CEO is very educated. That's why he deserves to be paid X amount of money.
Yeah.
And not a security guard. But now, I then go to ILO, International Labour Organization.
Organization.
Now to say,
Yes.
what do they define proper job? A proper job. Decent work, rather. If we can give this particular, security guard decent work where someone is able to earn with good perks, those things have got impact to his family. Eventually also for the children to be able to go to better schools than he went. Once they go to better schools than he went to, eventually they will become better in life. That's the only way that we are going to be able to reduce inequality. It's not going to happen one day. It's going to take generations. But we have got to plan. If we don't plan, we will still be stuck in a cul-de-sac. We are not going anywhere. Stuck here because we did not plan on how are we going to reduce social injustice and inequality that is happening. Once we give what you call perks to this particular security guard, he's got perks. He also has smaller allowance for the children to go to school fees. They're able also to get education from primary, secondary, and even high school.
To further
tertiary.
university.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They will definitely have a better life than their parents. Definitely. By so doing, we are now going to be looking at reducing the amount of black tax that we have. Yeah, that is actually a big topic, especially from the finance point of view. Well, I shall wear another cap as a
The
financial
black
planner.
tax.
Then I
Okay.
talk about the black tax.
Yeah.
How it is perpetuating the black communities. By now, we were
How it's
supposed to.
affecting the whole economy as well.
Exactly,
It's-
exactly. So many things that we can always talk about. That I shall wear another cap.
It's
Then we talk
really
about
broad. It's a
that.
really
Yeah,
broad industry. Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Doc, in closing, with every point that you've shared with us, what that you would want us to take back home with, and say, this is what I've learned. This is what I've accumulated from the Career Expo 2025 of Team SA. In closing, summarizing it, summing up.
Yeah, thanks so much, Levu, for that. Planning.
Planning.
Career planning, it is that which is going to make you folks go to internet, download that document. It's going to tell you how are you going to improve, number one, your qualifications, how are you going to align yourself with the jobs that are in high demand. But it's a list of occupations in high demand. They're there.
In that list.
Exactly. But now, how do you align? Download that document, go through it. If you can align, I can assure you, you'll become a hot cake on the market. On the labor market we spoke about.
You become head-hunted. You better start by subscribing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. Doc, thank you so much for being part of this Career Expo. We really appreciate you. And this is from us, Team SA Lebondaba, your host. Thank you so much. Till we see you again on day 5 tomorrow. We're still here at ICM Center in Johannesburg, Career Expo Team SA 2025. Good day.
In the ever-evolving landscape of professional development and career advancement, the Team SA Synergy Career Expo 2025 stands as a shining beacon, offering a dynamic and multifaceted platform for individuals to explore diverse career opportunities, engage with industry leaders, and gain invaluable insights into the future of the job market. As the world adapts to the rapid technological advancements and shifting employment trends, the need for a comprehensive, fast-forward thinking Career Expo has never been more pressing, and the Team SA Synergy Career Expo 2025 is poised to meet this demand head-on. With an extensive array of exhibitors representing a diverse spectrum of industries, from multinational corporations to innovative startups, the Expo will provide attendees with a comprehensive overview of the job market, showcasing a wide range of career paths, including finance, technology, healthcare, entrepreneurship, and sustainability. The Team SA Synergy Career Expo 2025 is not just an event. It is an investment in the education of our youth, positioning it as a key driver of national growth and development. We believe that by equipping young people with the right tools, mentorship, and career guidance, we are laying the foundation for a brighter, more prosperous South Africa. In addition to the diverse array of exhibitors, the Team SA Synergy Career Expo 2025 will feature a dynamic schedule of interactive workshops, panel discussions, and expert advice to help shape the next generation of leaders, allowing attendees to engage directly with industry experts, learn about the latest trends and technologies, and explore innovative career paths. Join us as we embark on this exciting journey to unlock the full potential of South Africa's workforce and drive the country toward a future of boundless opportunities. For more information and to register, please visit our website at www.teamsasynergy.org or call 010-006-7438. Team SA Synergy Career Expo 2025.